Greetings and a very warm welcome, my friends. Hambbage here, and thanks for tuning in. How's everybody doing today? Ready for some child's play? That's what we're making this game look like. Um, yeah, hope you got a chance to watch the previous video. If you didn't, I had a lot of fun making it and all the ones that led up to it. Farm is definitely one of my favorites. So, hope you all enjoyed. Again, it lived up to expectations. We got our Trident. Oh, did we put it away? Yeah, we did. I hope we did. But let's not go too nuts. We got a whole mess of a set of stuff. And I'm not worried about running things here at the moment. We can leave the flesh, of course. What we want to do is get back home. I am so excited about this Trident. I just want to and we're so overdue to sort out all this inventory. We just got a bunch of messes going on. So, whether we care much about that or not, we might as well take it with us. Everything else is going to stay. As I mentioned in the previous video, and I know that was, kind of targeted to a less familiar audience in case they check on the farm. I do think I want to do the lighting. I was kind of thinking fence posts and lanterns, making some light posts to light up that deck. Come on. Really? Game. But as you can see, once we got everything set, we pulled some levels pretty quick out of that farm. So I mean, I think it's got some real potential for long-term use and fun, and just having gotten the one Trident doesn't completely end me there. I want to have at least two, and with the farm there, I think we'll have a number eventually. And like so much of our gear, it's good to have spares, particularly when it comes to tools and weapons. Remember, what was it, right before we did our raid? There was that weird visual glitch where my sword had disappeared, and I kind of ran around in a big panic. I was like, What happened? What's going on?" It ended up we hadn't lost it, but for a long time there, I was like, "Oh no, I don't have a sword on me. I'm got no." I had a bow, but trying to swim back towards base and all that kind of stuff, it was a mess. So having spares is something we kind of want to work towards, and even now we're still at a point where it's not a huge priority. We want to make forward progress, not just redundant progress, but you also get the resources stacking up a little bit, and it's like, okay, yeah, maybe, yeah, it's something we should do. Um, Trying to recall, I don't think we can do anything with netherite on our tridents, can we? I don't think that's a deal. If it is, awesome. We'll certainly eliminate the possibility. But I'm pretty confident that is not a thing we are going to be doing. So we're just kind of picking our way here between the various bins. And we're going to have to. We've got a big mess. You can see already looked at gunpowder and then completely overlooked the fact that we had some. I don't think we're going to be teetering on the tops of anything just at the moment. We got sand and dirt. Let's go this way and maybe not draw the aggro of the slime down there. And I want to unload some of the shulkers that we currently have full with the various building blocks and supplies and stuff. Okay, let's run upstairs real quick. Probably will get his aggro, but he's not going to do well on the stairs. Ah, it's good to be home. How you doing, Bierstadt? Been taking care of the place? All right. Yeah, it's been. We did come back once briefly, but I have no idea what state we left anything in. Where we're currently at on some of our tasks and projects, but we've got some goodies. Excuse me. And speaking of goodies, let's get out our goodie box and our toolbox. And this one was certainly a hodgepodge of random stuff. Unfortunately, I think we have a few of those. Dirt, bricks, all the warped stuff. Those are all empty. The sand. So I think all these are going to go downstairs to get emptied. Glass, cobble, diorite, and stone we want to keep with us. This is a hodgepodge too, and some of these maybe. So let's get all of this set. Now, goodies. Chests can go away. For the moment, the random scaffold is going to go over here. There it is. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Pull this for the moment. I mean, by its very nature, we should just throw it into the lava. But who knows? We won't at the moment. I'm feeling hospitable. And we can put the smite sword away for now. Alright, so let's do this. Everything back in good shape. Then we'll go do our enchanting. Get our... Why didn't those stay? These two can just go. I didn't know we didn't have a leather shirt. We could make one, but or iron pants? Huh. Who knew? What am I doing? Let's take these. Is there anything else in these boxes that wants to go downstairs right now? That. Yes. Oh, and we're full. Anything of these that makes more sense to leave up here? Not really. We'll have to make a few trips. Yeah, this is like the oh, one in. Um, I don't know. I was gonna say it was kind of like the anticipation you feel, but that's not it really. Um, I'm excited to go get the Trident done, get the mending on it, and get it back into good shape. I thought we had more of those in, but I'm also just do a couple of these. I'm also kind of excited to get all this stuff in its homes and kind of fill out our inventory a little more. That I know a lot of people are like, oh man, just make a slow sorter that'll never really run fast enough, but add a bunch of lag, but you'll be always above the roof of the nether anyway, so you'll never care. I get it. It's just not the way I play, and I enjoy kind of going through and being like, yeah, look at all this stuff I got as I go, and it's what helps when you are looking for an item or anything in your store. People are like, well, you don't even have everything marked. How do you know where everything is? Because you're going through and you can kind of keep an idea of how much of anything do you have. Do you remember, was that double chest of prismatic shards? Prismatic shards? I think that's a different game. No, shards? Is that what it is? The deep sea stuff? I don't know. A little lost. We gotta dump these buckets, I think. But let's get this dealt with here. That's not enough to bother with. What state is this in? We can take bones. These I want to use for the lanterns. Let's clean up a little of this junk before going back down. Sugar, paper. I don't mind holding a little bit of that. We don't need that in our possession, though. These can go down with the rest of the stuff. That is wool. At some point, we need to set up the wool storage. Did I ever make an obsidian box down there? That's a good question. Sure. I don't know that I really want to go. Oh, this can go, though. Alright. Now, water buckets, stuff to go back. This is done. See, we're almost through. This goes back into greens. These can all come out now. We gotta empty the water buckets eventually. Maybe we do that in the nether is the easiest way. Alright, what do we have for... Let's go over and get these potion-y things out of the way. Potion-y. Potion-y. I think that's it. Bunch of stuff in this random pearl, leather, string, bones, no eyes, none of that. Prismarine crystals. Is it a prismatic shard in Stardew? Is that what I'm thinking of? Or what my brain went to when I was trying to talk there? Something has prismatic shards. Of this we can be sure. Missed the mushroom. Those will end up in a few places, I would imagine. They're one of the toughest for me to really Oh, I feel like they should always go here. And sand. These two will go fairly close together. Get our sand stocked back up. I think we've been like in and out of this storage so many times because I think we leveled those islands first and then. Ooh, ooh, we got a lot of sand now. Should we cook some of that? Let's leave that there for a second, because I know we used up a bunch more, not a bunch, but more of our glass. We had previously. Dirt, on the other hand, we've knocked down a fair bit. So I had kind of thought, like, oh yeah, well, we're going to spend this whole episode, kind of around the enchanting, getting everything set up with the Trident, figuring it all out, and it kind of turns out that we didn't. Now, did we have a full, yes, full fungus area? And I don't think we're going to really worry if we don't go harvest a bunch of that for a while. We've got a lot. Like, it's one of those things. I don't think we are going to get to a point where we need like multiple double chests. We can have some overflow between those two. In that third chest, but it's not like netherrack or something like that where we're just going to keep stacking and stacking and stacking away. With the exception of stems where we might run low, I don't think we're gonna. I'm gonna leave that there for a second. We're gonna come right back, but I do want to check. I think we don't have anything going in here, right? As discussed, though, one of the things we need to do is get back to our So now here we are doing this again. We're going to touch sand a million times. So we have 6 or 2 extra stacks when dividing by 4 when the shulker is full. Two, one, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. We had 2, so 2, 4, 4, 4, 2 again. So I've got. Think that should do it right. Just want to build up some more glass reserves because where did we leave glass? We actually have more than I thought, but I know we'd used up a lot that's in the shulker upstairs. And as I've said a lot of times before, never a bad thing to have some glass. Oh, come on. Get. Right. Up we go. I think we can do 3s. And then we'll do an extra 2 on this side. Swap this. Should have dropped off the empties, as we were walking right by. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. One and 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1. Sure. Okay, everything's empty there. Almost done. Blue, blue, light blue. Still got a few upstairs, maybe? What are we doing with our brown? Goes here. Just hoping I didn't lose a shulker somewhere. Come on, man. Just put your buddies' leavings away. Now I got your leavings. Wanna be done here. Okay. Up we go. Think we'll dump the buckets at the nether portal. We'll hang on to this one because I want to take all that back. But before we go, 11 seems like a start. We can make more of those. Did I have extras here? A few. Still don't think that's quite enough to get us all the way around our farm back over there, but between the fences and the lanterns, I don't want to just toss those aside. Anything else stem-like there? Nope. So yeah, if need be, we can break iron into ingots and do just fine. Wanted to put that pork away for a while, restock here. Apples are in the goodie box. Wings can go away, we're not going to use them. We'll keep those two handy. And, oops, this one, let's just go ahead and empty. It's one more away. Alright. As usual, no idea, although I know we're still fairly early in the episode, but no idea what the actual runtime is. The reason I know that, the top of the last hour, I started buying, or trying to buy tickets to a show with some friends, online. And I'm not, I like concerts, and this was going to be an outdoor one. I've talked about the Red Rocks venue before, and I was like, oh, this, I could get down with that. So I'd said to a buddy, because at the time it was like, oh, there's going to be this pre-sale drawing and all that kind of stuff. Let me know if you're interested, if I should get tickets. I was like, I'm interested. So, okay, that's all good. Well, then, it quickly became, today, hey, why don't you jump online and see if if you can help us get tickets. I'm like, what happened to this whole deal? Like, do I need to, I knew the site and all that, obviously, but my impression had been there's like a pre-lottery and all that kind of stuff, which helps make all this go away. And he's like, no, we didn't get that. And that was just, kind of like an early access deal, kind of helps get hype. So, okay, we go to the site and I've bought enough tickets and stuff that I know get there early, get logged in, make sure that you're ready to go, so that if you do somehow by chance get access to whatever you're trying to buy, you're ready to complete the transaction. You don't have to then phone around, hey, do I have my credit card's expired? What do you mean? You have an old card on file? And you time out and not only waste the chance to get those, but your own time having set up there. And time was a real deal. I'm just coming up here. I don't know if all the current audience remembers, this is where we got put in the nether for our very first start. That portal I just erased was our initial spawn, and we were teetering on the little island thing up this high above the portal with nothing. And I got knocked off. I think I'd already built up one of the stacks, but I'm not sure I had. And here we were falling down into that lava. It was where I ate my first enchanted golden apple. And then we had to try to, I don't think we had any of this because I had to pillar up, and as I was doing it, a ghast came, blew me off the top. I fell down again. It was a disaster, but we made it. And as you can see, after building the staircase up to the top of the nether, we very quickly decided, you know what, let's actually go down. So that's how we ended up here. Okay, we've now cleaned up all of our inventory, and we want to go to the creeper farm and get to the goodies. Hey, what are you doing in here? Not big enough to fit in here. I guess he is technically, but shouldn't come in here. Alright, welcome back, welcome back. Hey, creepers. Get some gunpowder while we're here. So one thing we are, I think, going to want to do, because I don't know that we ever ended up getting the book. Well, first of all, that's all there. Do we have room in the goodie box to hold both of these stacks? At least for now we do. And then we need our toolbox. We need that. Everything else looks to be pretty tip-top, which is good. And of course, we had, in a recent effort, cleaned up that. Alright, so what all do we want on our Trident? We want, I think I set them up together. So we got a couple impalings and a loyalty. Those two are very important. As you can imagine, unbreaking and mending are also important. What we don't have in any of this yet is channeling. We want that for our lightning, and I don't think there's any exclusives on it. I'm willing to take a look. What we don't want is Riptide. I think that there's a exclusivity between Riptide and channeling, maybe? Riptide and loyalty? One of those. I don't know. So we definitely don't need that, but we can, to start, we can find all our supplies. It's been a minute since we've done any of this stuff. Where can we put, let's put these over here, because I don't want to lose track of them. I also don't want to accidentally erase them. So what we're going to do, we need to repair on our hoe. We need to roll books and this trident to see if we can get a good, not exclusive channeling on our trident. So let's do that. So we're just going to roll between looting. I think we can buy it, but do we have a spare looting? We have a fortune. What about over here? I don't know. Can you put looting on a trident? It would be very handy for me if you could. But I'm not sure. Let's clear these guys out a bit. Just keep working on that hoe. Why not? It's a book. This is the problem with not having done much of this recently. Loyalty. We're going to keep looking to see if looting will go on. And otherwise, not expect too much out of the books. I mean, way worse chance, but I don't know if we can get channeling in a non-book. It's kind of looking like we can't. Maybe it's just luck, though. Yeah, so any of the... our Silk Touch is so cheap, I'm tempted, but we just don't need it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so... make the Mr. Miyagi hot hands. Oh, no! Oh! I was leaning forward in my chair, just hitting the... Oh, man. All right. Well, obviously, we don't need that stuff. That was a waste. But now we know it's there. It's out there. We can get it when we want it. Oh, loyalty on breaking. And now Murphy's Law will say that we will get all the way down to the last possible option before seeing it again. So it's rare, it looks like, but not impossible. I think we already got our crossbow fully juiced. Man, what a waste. Okay, there we go. That wasn't too bad. Let's go ditch all these books. And again, we still have to kind of backwardsly hope that we don't get any extra enchantments on there, because everything else we could want, we've already got. We just need a few more levels now. So we get to hang at the creeper farm. You guys, I would imagine, are mostly mercifully free from the memories of, what was it, last weekend sometime when I did like a 90-minute episode or so, and I just said there's not going to be any commentary. I was muted, so was, I just had game audio going every 15 minutes or so. I'd pop in and be like, hey, we're doing this. Life's still good. But yeah, I ran a lot of laps, did a lot of repairing of tools, and I think our drowned farm may actually long term be better. I thought that was like enchanted boots for a second. Okay, we just cleared those. Give it a rest, Hambbage. I really don't want to hang out here. So we know that's ready to go. Or at least ready to be close. I ever finished the story on the ticket site? So anyway, we all got online at this ticket thing. Outdoor show at Red Rocks in October. And the pre-sale had all been like a false deal. When I called to check, it's like, no, man, we just, we're all going into the pool. Nobody got any pre-sale stuff, so that didn't happen. So, your own login, you don't have to do anything special. Just try to throw in to get it. So you wait, and it's one of those deals where you log in, and they give you this nice little countdown deal. It says it is X number of minutes until the show goes on sale. We're just doing this for the XP too, and we got to get this hoe done. Hoe done first, and then we'll be able to quickly rack up those levels. And I will be going back anyway to throw on the enchantment, so I don't have to worry about forgetting these books. But let's put them all there. I don't do anything stupid. So yeah, they give you this, like, tickets are going on sale at such and such a time. And if you log in so that you're all ready to go, they're like, oh, you have, I think I was an hour ahead of time or something like that. You have 45 minutes or whatever. And you kind of, okay, forget about it until it's close. But at least all right, at this kind of time. So you get all the way through, and I'm sure you guys have all seen this as well. I'm just repeating the obvious, but then you get to the actual time, and it's it's like by default there are a lot of people that want to go to this show. Your turn is coming quick, and please hang here. And so then you sit, and the guy, I may be revealing the particular vendor. That's no huge secret. If you go to the Red Rock site, you'll figure it out pretty quick. But you sit and watch this little icon. It's like the old Windows status loading bar thing, but it's got this little dude walking across your screen, like a little stick figure. And you just sit there and watch him, like, he's like booking in place, and the line just creeps across. And, he basically got you captive looking at ads, and you can't really look away because there's no time indicate. Call centers can figure out your expected wait time is 27 minutes or whatever. Nothing like that. It's just this no time, undescribed little status bar. and it gotten about halfway across, a half hour in, or it was probably further than that. I think I'm being a little, but you start like calculating the. This is a small, nice venue. There's about 10,000 person capacity. They'd done a pre-sale, which we weren't a part of. You figure that radio stations and all that get featured tickets and everything. So you keep nipping away at that number. And then you're like, all right, well, anybody that gets in isn't buying a single ticket, right? You're buying at least pairs. So half that number. And then you start going, all right, well, how many transactions at a time do they allow? This is their job, right? And it wasn't Ticketmaster, but it's one of the big boys. And they are going to... We can do this while we're here. They are absolutely going to be able to process a ton of transactions all at once. It's their business. They have the ports, servers, capacity, whatever you want to call it. That's their whole business infrastructure. So, yeah, they can move these through pretty quick. And you're sitting there and you're like, even if everybody took 5 minutes to buy their 2 tickets, you would have to be saying that they were only doing 2 transactions at a time to get this going. So I think this is what I like to do for I need just some kind of block. Of course, I don't have any scaffolding left. I guess we'll just use stone. Although wood feels kind of safer to me. So first thing, get rid of that torch back. And I think what I want to do is just go up. Over. And then hang here, right? I don't want them to be at head height. And we may even do, for these inner corners, do it double, just to kick a little more light into the middle, because it's going to be this area that we're going to have to figure something out on, if we even want to worry about it. But I think maybe we'll do this way first, since we'll see it the most. Oh, that was stupid. But maybe we can do that, and then just go through and do all the stone at the same time. Now, this is 1, 2, 3. All this is just helping to prime the ground here. We can do those without posts. Let's not use our... kind of just... preset those a little bit. One one thing I'd like to see someday, I know the lanterns they aren't perfect, right? They were kind of novel when they first came out, and then they get, oh, come on, just as old as torches do. You know, they're not. That was just kind of an insult. All right, this is not working. They don't do that much when it comes down to it in terms of lighting options. But I think, you know, those like stringed paper lanterns that hang usually from lines across the street or whatever, but you can have colors and all that. I would think that some paper lanterns would be an awesome introduction to the game. On a a low scale for the builders. It doesn't have to be a huge deal. You've already got paper, you've got dye. Now you have candles, and wouldn't it be cool if you could make them into candle boats and stuff like that too? I think you could have a lot of fun. That's not just the like I gotta kill stuff part of the game by having some paper lanterns. And we've got rockets, we've got flight, all that stuff is there. But the cool part of, and I think it kind of gets, why are you so difficult right now? It gets downplayed in the real world because it's obviously a huge fire risk, but the whole cool thing about paper lanterns is you can, kind of make the paper balloon and let them float from there, like a little mini hot air balloon. It's beautiful. Those ideally would burn out and not start fires, but we don't live in an ideal world. We live in a real world. So, yeah. But I've always thought that would be a lot of fun, just like a very slow, like negative speed the rockets, and make a paper lantern that like a rocket, you have to put the paper lantern with a candle, and you can dye the paper. But then you could stand out on an island in the ocean on a server or something when there's lots of people around, and just let paper lanterns float up. And kind of, obviously there's no wind or weather in Minecraft, but you could have that effect pretty easily. Anyway, how do we... Do we want to do triples everywhere? It's a lot more lanterns, obviously, but it looks cooler. Like that. We'll just hang some just so we can see. It would make it so there's not a lot of unlit space. I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's finish up here. And we got up to 25, so we need another load. No more luck with the Tridents, though. If we... We've got a lot more... Put those away. Is that a late garbage man today? Sounds like it. Let's see what we got. One of the things I talked about wanting to do soon or next is a caving trip anyway. So what if we spent some iron? I'm wondering if these are going to feel a bit too cramped, is my real thought here. Maybe if we did an every other. Now I don't have the thingies anymore. Come on, thingies. We did like here and here. And this one. There. Then these would spin here. And I'm thinking if we did there. Those two, I wonder if that's even exactly necessary. Get up. Definitely a bit tedious, but it will help us fill up the drowned. Now, one of the drawbacks here I'd love to go down and clear all that trace work at the ground level, but if we go that far, we clear everything that has spawned and don't continue spawning at the farm. So that's kind of not good. As far as that goes. Alright, there's our corners. Yeah, there's only like two. I do think if we do this, we don't need that middle torch anymore. Well done. Yeah, in case you haven't noticed, I'm kind of off on the building stuff here after the big push and the water buckets and all that. Some of the other mechanics have been a little neglected. Alright, so we got those. Then maybe we do... this. And then just do a single arm out on those. Let's go over and do this one first. Just kiss that edge. Just that. Not the axe. And then we've got just a bunch of space left for singles to go around, if we think we need them. I kind of think, oh, hi, pal, where did you come from? That's, unsettling. Well, this is, not as speedy as I'd hope. That's alright, though. What I'd really like is to pull another Trident or two while we're just sitting around waiting. And I'd really expected that this would actually be like content for a second video, not the main one. I should check the time now. Let's see how we're getting along, because I have a feeling I went from, oh yeah, we're way ahead, to now we're probably over. Let's check before we... Right on an hour. Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and save and break here so we don't lose our fine friends in the trap there. I think with a second episode, we'll finish up this lighting and have at least a better chance. We'll get up to our level 30 so we can enchant, but I don't think we'll come back here to repair the Trident once we have mending on it. We'll see. See how it all plays out, but yeah, fingers crossed we maybe have a second Trident before we're done. And we got that. Cool. Well, we're already long, so let's go ahead and save it right here. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out once again. We're close. We just go back, enchant the channeling onto the Trident, add all the other books, and then repair it up, and it should be good to go. And in that next episode, we'll talk about where we want to go from there. So you guys take care. We'll see you back here as soon as you like.